Hey, what's up, homies? It's your boy Johnny Root, and this is the 0Fucks to Give show. I've got a lot of bullshit to show you, so let's get started. Mira, people are pretty fucking stupid, eh? And some of you may have caught on to that fact. But if you haven't, this story is going to make you want to hang yourself. A woman in Buffalo, New York called 911 asking for instructions on how to kill her boyfriend. Yeah, you heard that shit right. Why? Because it seems that hitting him with the VCR tape 5 times wasn't doing the fucking job, eh? And it gets better or worse, depending on your sense of humor, homies. Because when police got to this bitch's home, she was swinging a leaf blower battery at her boyfriend like some ghetto ass medieval Mason shit. And did I forget to mention that she was 54 and her boyfriend is 76? Yeah. At least that explains why they had VHS tapes lying around and shit. If you still have VHS tapes within arm's reach in your home, you probably also remember segregated water fountains, you old ass bastards. For real though, I hope that at that age, I can still deep dick the ladies to bring out their fucking crazy like some septuagenarian playboy. I mean, this dude isn't Hugh Hefner, but goddamn, son. Shit. In other stupid human news, a 32-year-old soldier was taking part in training exercises when his dumbass thought it would be a good idea to take a closer look at an active volcano. He took a really close look by ignoring all the safety signs and barricades and falling straight into that hot motherfucker. It's okay to laugh though, because the dumb fuck survived and he was pulled out 3 hours later after rescuers rappelled down, tied him to a stretcher, dragged him out, and then heloed his dumbass to the hospital. And I was in the Navy for 8 years, and I'ma tell you who I feel sorry for after this fucking story. The military. Because now, every branch of the military is gonna have to sit through a death by PowerPoint safety brief every fucking year to be told, don't be stupid and accidentally fall into an active fucking volcano, eh? I'm not trying to make fun of people with mental disabilities, but you get what I'm fucking saying, cabrones. Don't be sending me no goddamn hate email and shit, because I ain't gonna read it. And fuck you. Now, you're not gonna believe this shit. A Michigan man is suing his parents for $87,000 for throwing out his porn collection. Apparently, he was quite the connoisseur of smut because he claims that some of the movies he lost were priceless. Like, did he have an original print of Deep Throat or Debbie Does Dallas? Because I can see being pissed about that shit. That cheesy ass 70s porn actually have better storylines than Sharknado or the schlock gonzo porn fools are putting out today. You know, where the stepsister keeps hooking up with the stepbrother like some annual Alabama reunion and shit. And you know what this dude's dad's reason was for throwing out his son's porn? He was doing it for his son's own good. And he would have done the same if he had found a kilo of crack cocaine. Now, I'm going to assume this dude's dad loves him some Jesus Christ, because porn is in no way, shape, or form anything near as close as crack cocaine. If nothing else, a kilo of crack is worth way more money than a kilo of porn. I've never had to measure my porn with the metric system, man. But I know that if this dude lost a kilo of crack, he'd be looking for a lot more than 87 fucking grand out on us. You know what I'm talking about. And you know who you are. Back me up, homies. And I'm pretty fucking sure that Dad would have just called the cops if it was crack cocaine. So listen up, my Jesus freak fanimals. Let people just fucking beak out on this. I know you want to save people's souls and shit, but there's only so much room in fucking heaven for all of you, eh? You should be selfish, eh? And stop trying to convert people. Who the fuck wants to live in a barracks in heaven? Orale. Shit. You know what time it is, eh? We gotta be fair and balanced and shit. So here's Dick Move, who's gonna be white-splaining police brutality to you. Dick.
Thank you, Johnny. Every couple of weeks, it seems that someone is getting uppity over some new viral video and calling it police brutality. You have to understand that police officers are simply doing their job, which is to keep the peace, to protect and serve the public trust. If it appears that the police are singling out, and I have to be politically correct here, people of color, that's because people of color commit most of the crimes. If they weren't, the police wouldn't bother them at all. It's ridiculous to believe that any of our brave police officers who put their lives on the line day in and day out would let their bigotry and prejudices against people of color get in the way of doing their job. Police officers have to deal with a scary reality that most Americans try not to think about. And the reality is, anybody could have a gun at any time. The Second Amendment saw to that. There's no such thing as a routine traffic stop when every hoodie-wearing urban youth could be carrying a gun. Sure, it's usually a cell phone, but it might have been a gun. And we all know that the only way to stop a bad guy that might have had a gun is a good guy that does have a gun. All these liberal snowflakes in their safe, gentrified neighborhoods are beginning to forget how scary it can be for a white man of authority to approach an unknown person of color. They have very little to lose. We took it from them, and they could fight back at any moment. So you see, any police officer using his weapon to kill a person is justifiable, except that colored police officer who shot that white Australian lady. That was certainly and most definitely a hate crime perpetrated by a vile and sick and twisted individual. That poor woman and her family having to deal with the prejudicial acts of such a heartless animal. Meanwhile, completely innocent white police officers are being persecuted by a group of fascist leftists who have it out for anyone who's white and walks the thin blue line. So when you see a police officer, thank them for a job well done. They're there for you. Back to you, Johnny.
Thanks for nothing, Dick. I'm telling you, if there are enough people who believe anything that fool says, we're all in some deep fucking shit, eh? So fuck it. Let's cleanse our cerebral palates with some dank ass memes, eh? Yeah, I'm lying. This is the reality, eh? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. But there are some racist ass cops on police forces across the US, and the law protects them more than they protect you, eh? Crazy, right? And the craziest part is that the more and more that these police forces get militarized, the more and more that the citizens of those cities become the enemy rather than the citizens, eh? There's a reason you separate the military and the police. One fights the enemy of the state. And I'll tell you that from personal experience because I was in the military. And the other serves and protects the people. And when the military becomes both, the enemies of the state tend to become the people. Believe that shit. Just ask any black person. Now, I don't know which one of you fucking Karens called the cops on this fucking kid, but it's gotta fucking stop, eh? What I'm glad about is that the city, instead of arresting him or fucking shooting his ass for resisting arrest, they gave him a permit, eh? And then they got him more fucking business. You know. They treated him like a white kid instead of the criminal that some fucking dumbass Karen thought he fucking was. Like seriously, white people, what the fuck, eh? Like can't black people fucking live and shit? Like fuck, eh? Next up, see what we got here. Oh shit. I can't even begin to tell you that God is a fucking enigma. Like, he gives you purpose, but he doesn't fucking tell you, eh? You know what that's like? It's like groping around in the dark in an orgy, you know, and wondering like which dick is the one you're supposed to be fucking and shit, but there's an infinite number of dicks, and you know you don't have time to fuck them all and shit. And then, para acabarla de chingar, they tell you, God works in mysterious ways. No mames, eh? That's why I say fuck it. Find a dick in life you really, really like to fuck. And then ride that motherfucker until it's raw as fuck, eh? And if you can get paid for riding it, all the fucking better, eh? So check it out. Look at that shit. I have a degree in English, eh? So I'll be the first one to tell you that English is a fucked up language. Even native speakers have a huge fucking problem understanding the language, let alone writing it. And by native speakers, I mean the fucking white people, cabrones, cause listen, white people, I know you have a problem speaking the goddamn language. And white people will fucking understand this shit. The younger the generations are, always changing the meaning of words, inventing words, and using nouns as verbs, and fucking up the grammar and shit. You know, it's really quite beautiful. If you're not a closed-minded cunt, as the Australians would say. But to my people who have had to learn English as a second language, I salute you, eh? English is a motherfucker. And I speak the language fluently as I can. So, you know, don't give up, eh? Keep it going. All right. That's our show. I hope you liked it. Come back next week where I'll have more takes on the news that fucks with me. And I'll show you some dank as fuck memes. I'm Johnny Rook. Goldfish is an asshole. Good night. I'm sick of taking orders from the madman in command. So let's drop him on an island and leave him in the sand. Cause it's a mutiny. It's a mutiny. It's a mutiny. And now we're taking over the ship. It's a mutiny. It's a mutiny. It's a mutiny. And now we're taking over the ship. Haven't you heard what's happening here? You're no longer in control, and we're drinking up your beer. This is now a democratic, egalitarian pirate ship, so enjoy your